Hi.
Hey, everybody.
I didn't think you were going to have class today.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm making it. Every 10-minute counts. That's why I have to open it up for you guys at 11:50. I always try to make sure it's open.
Okay. Loretta, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good to
Just
see you
finished my
guys.
morning chores. She just gave me a list and I got them done.
How's everybody's Wednesday going so far?
Good.
Yeah? Good. Oh, Betty's back. Hi, Betty. All right, I'm going to just try to connect myself here. Make sure my AirPods are connected. This is what I was looking for. These things go awry. And I have a space for them, but they go missing. Can you imagine these two little things? I don't even know how I keep my ears and keeping track of them. I'm about to start locking them up.
Kids all want them, huh?
Well, I guess. I don't know why.
They're very attractive, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
The little things in my ears.
Yeah.
Actually, I found one in the store. I heard something go like down as grocery shopping, and all of a sudden, like between the mask and the thing, you know what I mean, and like everything else, and I heard like a, and I'm like, what was that? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's an AirPod. Like I literally would have left it there. So I like the old school, like around my neck with like an earphone, you know. All right, I'm still letting people in. Come on in. Come on in, everybody.
Can you use regular earphones like you do for an iPhone?
You know what? It doesn't work as well for you guys to hear me far away.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So the AirPods help with the connection for some reason with the computer and me and being further back. Otherwise, I've tried both. We've tried both. So yeah. And I'd have to stay kind of close to the computer. These have been the best possible. All right, guys. Matt, yourself, a fantastic attitude. There it goes. I told you. And I think they're made for ears. I'm like, is one of my ears smaller than the other? I think so. Okay, I'm gonna get myself, I should be spotlighted to you. I'm calling this Wacky Wednesday. It's kind of the mood I've been in all day. All right. Anything, anywhere particular anybody has really tight or would like to work on for some deep stretching? Specific. Other than the usual. No, nothing specific. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go in. Already have the seat on your mat for me. We are actually going to start with a laying down position, but it's not going to be very comfortable for very long. So just going to lay on the ground for me, right on your mat, feet towards me. I'm going to kind of go on a diagonal on purpose so you can hear me, okay? Everyone's in. Yes, we're good to go. All right. Guys should be able to see me pretty good. All right, so I want you to lay on your back, please. You're gonna point your toes. Lay all the way down, brace your core to let yourself fall down. All the way down to the ground. Feet are pointed. You could be just facing me. Just listen to my voice, okay? We're just gonna warm up the lower back from the beginning. So please bring your knees into your chest. You're gonna grab a hold. You can cross over and grab them here. Kind of give yourself a little hug. And we're just gonna start with a little bit of a rock back and forth for a lower back. Kind of massage, nothing crazy. Nice and simple. We're gonna stay here for about 10 seconds. And when you're ready, you're gonna start to take your knees and start to make little circles. So you're gonna make little circles, keeping your knees together. You're trying to make the circles one way. You can hold underneath your thighs if that's easier. Keeping your knees together, making little circles in the air. We're gonna try to do about 8 to 10 on one side. Don't forget to breathe. And now please rotate going back towards the other way. So we're gonna take all the way forward and back, a full little circle. Knees are facing towards the ceiling. Wherever's comfortable for you. If you even find that letting your hands rest to the side, palms down or up, and you're able to push your lower back into the ground, still making the circle, then that's fine too. And we're gonna hold in the center. We grab underneath our thighs, interlock our fingertips, bring those knees in towards the chest, let the feet fall, kind of relax. Nice inhale in, and on the exhale, we're gonna slowly roll ourselves up, tuck the chin to chest, bring the head, forehead towards the knees, and hold. Inhale in, exhale back down. Inhale and exhale, we're gonna go up and down for 3 more times. Each time, try to get those shoulders more away from the ears, lifting your shoulder blades off the ground and placing them back down. Wonderful. Basically take those feet. We're gonna take our hands to the side, and all we're gonna do is just kind of let our feet kind of take up and down right from here. A little bit of play. If you find that holding on to the back of your legs supports that better, please do. For 3, for 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly bring the knees to one side. Push up through, coming into a seated position. Facing towards the front. Bring ourselves into a cobbler's pose. We're gonna sit on those sit bones, feet are together. Concentration is going to be in the spine today. So I want you to take from this position, the hands towards the back. You're going to face those palms towards me, right by your hip bones. So you can see I'm seeing through, kind of pressing back. You can reach them back a little bit if you want to, behind you. So you're opening up your chest. If you need to, face your fingers towards the back wall, opening up your chest to me. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Allowing yourself room to grow. So if you want to walk the hands out a little bit. Opening up the chest, the heart, the sky. Brace that core. Inhale in. And on the exhale, bring yourself around. Crossing your hands over. Watch the elbows, please bring them up, lift them up a little bit. Each time remembering to allow some breath through the hips to let them soften a little bit. Open up wide through the arms, cross over the other side. Elbows are up. Chin can start to tuck down. Feel a little bit more of an active stretch through the upper back and through the neck. And slowly release. Take and hem into a seated cross-legged, like a crisscross applesauce position. We're gonna do the same thing this time. We're just gonna start with our typical going over for a side body stretch. But this time, when we come to this side, we're gonna lift up, hold. And now I'm gonna challenge you to lift this arm off the ground and just do a slight little lift. Don't even pull, just hold up. You have to support yourself up, nice and tall. Opening up both your arms to the sky, kind of making like a letter O. You can move your hands from here to here if you need to. Inhale, a giant inhale in, and on the exhale, return. Back to center. We're gonna go to the other side. Open that heart up, please, to the sky. Make a major wave between your chest. Open up that heart space. Lift this arm up, grab lightly, just kind of press your hands, barely making any kind of pressure. Lift your heart, open it to the sky. And hold. Come back to center. We're gonna go back and forth, just side to side for 1, for 2, for 3, and 4. Now you're gonna sit up towards the center, and now we're gonna walk to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go side to side for 4, and then little spinal twist towards the sides for 4. So towards the front, warming up that spine. And now come center, set yourself for here, forward and back, eye gaze towards the side, 2, 3, 4. Again, side, 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 set, lift, 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 side, 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 set, lift, 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 lift. One more time. To the side, side, 3, 4, set in the center, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, please hold here, sit up tall, sit on those sit bones, please. We are going to walk ourselves with our shoulder watch. Shoulder's gonna go back, arm is gonna go back 1 inch if it can. Stay here, and eye gaze is gonna go over that back shoulder and hold. For 4, for 3, 2, walk your fingertips to the center. Go to the other side, please. Take this shoulder, shoulders back and down. Eye gaze is over that back shoulder. For 3, 2, 1, and slowly walk towards the front. Wonderful. All right, take the feet out in front of us. Hands go high, lift all the way up. Slight bend in the knee if needs to be. Inhale in and slowly tip yourself forward for a seated forward fold. You're going to feel a massive stretch in those hamstrings. If you can, slowly with time, you can bring those knees a little bit straighter and or walk the knees up and down. Let those fingertips of the back towards the ground if you can, please. You can have a massive bend in the knee or a slight little micro bend in the knee, depending on where your flexibility is today. Lengthen your body. Walk to yourself 1 inch with your hands. Inhale in and stay. Create space, create length. Think, how much do I want to start to point my toes? How much do I want to walk my fingertips towards my toes? How much can I take my chin, tuck it in, allow my neck to lengthen? Beautiful. 3, 2, scoop it all the way up. Hold at the top, all the way, get as long as you can with these fingertips, please. Push through those hip flexors, push through those hip bones. Stand up tall, squeeze the thighs, the butt, point the toes. For 3, for 2, 1, we slowly tip forward from the hips, tip, 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 and hold. Grab a hold of something, whether it be the floor, whether it be your heart, and soul, whatever you want. Smile, grab a hold of a smile. For the next 15 seconds in silence, I'm going to challenge you to go to a place that is a tad bit uncomfortable without being harmful. In 3, 2, inhale in and exhale. Three, for 2, for 1, slowly roll yourself up. Bring yourself to 90 degrees with me here, but we're not doing our typical 90-90. What I want to see is a new move. We're going to be in our 90-90. The knee is here. All I want to see is, instead of the stretch, I want to see some of this flexibility. Can you take this hand and can you slowly lift your leg to be able to place it flat, to be able to lift it back into the 90? You're going to feel some major things going on here. So I want you to even support it. You can hold the thigh to lift it up, open your knee towards me, and then slowly lift it back to slide it back into the 90-90. That is a hip rotation, yes? Hip mobility, lengthening of the muscles, all that flexibility we're doing Mondays and Wednesdays is working towards this kind of move. Open, and then slowly close. We have 4 more. If you do not want to attempt that, you just stay right here and you tip yourself forward a little bit and hold the 90-90. Otherwise, please bring that foot flat, opening the knee towards the sky, and then go back into the position you started. One more time. And hold. Slowly bring both feet towards the front, walk them to the other side, come into that 90-90 on this side. One might be easier than the other. Right away, find that sit bone to sit down on. You're going to lift this foot safely. Whoa, that's a lot tighter for me on that side. Does anybody's thumbs up feel one side tighter than the other? Anybody feel it tighter on the other side or one of them? Let it lay back down into 90-90. Come back in. Hold that knee. Now watch my knee. Here it is. This is where it's comfortable. Open it up towards the sky. Do you feel that difference? Yes or no? Can you feet be a little bit closer together when you open it up? Wonderful. Now take it back down and through. Safe. Think about every movement you're making. This is your body, your day. You got this. Now, what if when you're up here, I ask you to do this? Bring yourself closer to your knee, sit yourself up straight. Do you feel something? Nod your head if you feel something different. If you feel more of a stretch through here, make that knee come back. Don't let it fall forward. Open up through that inner thigh. There you go. Now walk that knee back. Come right back up one more time. Sit up tall through that sit bone. Knee, think each time you do this, and then go back in. Wonderful. So now when you bring those knees around, we should be very ready to come right where we have done before, right? So we're at 90 degrees, yes? Then we come back into both knees up, and then we switch to the other side. We come back to both knees up, and then we switch to the other side. Please do not rush this. So I want you to make sure your hips are not that way. Your hip points are facing me. Hand on each side. Lift the knees up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more on each side. Wonderful. While we're here, Let's take a deep breath, bring ourselves forward a little bit. We're gonna come into like a swan variation. Bring this knee in. You can also leave this leg up and we're gonna sit forward, or you bring that leg all the way back. This foot comes towards the groin and we come in up onto one leg into that swan position, okay? Hand is on each side. Leg is straight back, tucked under with those toes. And we're gonna slowly lower ourselves to the ground. You can use a yoga block if you want to place your hands on. Another option, please watch first, if you can stack your fist to make your forehead lay down there. Keep some activity and energy, please, flowing through the feet. Otherwise, you're gonna come all the way down to the ground if you want. You do not have to. Another thing I challenge you to do is thread the needle a little bit here. Do a little bit of flossing. So once that needle is thread and you've got it where you want to be, you can take and go through with one arm. The same arm that the knee is up, you can cross it over and this arm can come down. Integrating an upper body stretch and a lower body. You can also leave this arm up for support. And now you can either bring it back out and we're gonna do a little flossing, a little side to side. So watch, all I'm doing is tipping one side like a half an inch, barely able to tell I'm moving except for maybe my moving hair. And I'm like slow motion. So it's probably really slow to you. Now, inhale in, sit yourself up, nice stretch through the back, lower back, spine, eye gaze, up towards the sky. And we're gonna slowly lower ourselves one more time down as far as you can go. Walk those arms out if you want. Tip the forehead towards the mat and hold. Please do not forget to breathe. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly walk yourself back up. Bring this leg forward, walk it around, both feet to the front. And we're gonna go to the other side. So we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. So you're at that 90-degree angle, you're gonna face forward. You have 10 total or 5 on each side. So we're gonna go 1, bring those legs back, 2. Make this spine nice and long. We're gonna come back to the front and back. There is no rush, absolutely no reason to rush. This is your time and your self-care. This move is very integrated. Don't sell yourself short how amazing it is that you can do that, okay? Bring this knee up. Bring the heel close to the middle. Bring the leg towards the back, either in the 90 or all the way back into that swan position. Hip towards the floor. Straight back. You can sit back into your bottom. Try to tuck those toes under. So you have a nice pointed toe towards the back. This may be enough, and that is where you stay for the next 2 minutes, please. Otherwise, let's go a little bit deeper, okay? So see, even just rocking side to side, you can feel that little bit of hip complex lengthening through the groin muscles, hip flexors, yes? Give me a smile if that's a yes. I can kind of see you. All right. And slowly tip ourselves forward a little bit at a time, walking those hands wherever they want to go. When you're ready, you can walk this hand out if you want. Take the hand with the knee up and thread it through. It's still facing the ground. That's up to you. Please do not allow all your weight to just fall into your arm and into your shin and into your thigh and knee. Please brace that core to allow yourself your center. You want to really have some amazing energy still running through your center. That's your foundation, your focus. So nothing is just falling into itself. Please brace your core. Be aware of what's happening in the center of your body. And if not, you're here. Hands are out to the side. Please, please center yourself into breathing. Walk yourself up. Stay in this position, please. Wonderful job. We're going to hold towards the front. Open the heart to the sky. Eyes up. A little bit of a smile. Keep the corners of your mouth and turn them towards the top. Allow yourself room to feel today, wherever you are. For the next 30 seconds, we're going to go down very quietly into a space where you find your limit or beyond without any kind of injury, right? We want to lengthen those muscles to get ourselves to avoid that injury. So hold with the challenge in 3, 2, breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly rise up. Knees come towards the front. We have a nice little shake out. Get yourself a sip of water. Let's do some quick lengthening of our toes. So please take your toes towards me. One by one, separate your toes. Take your fingertips in. We do this in the very beginning days. Bring those knees in if you need to, or you can set the feet on the floor. Each toe, put a finger through each one to make space, opening up the toes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can clasp that toe here or just hold on. We're gonna leave this for 30 seconds. Pay attention to things like, what do your toes wanna do? Do they wanna start to like tense up? Try to make space, create space. Allow your foot for when we go into a forward fold standing to be able to stand flat on the pinky, the big toe, and the 2 points of your heel. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Allow that space to have taken over. Wonderful. And if you want to kind of just do a quick little check of each toe, give them some love. Do some ankle love. Let's just take and point and flex for 10. Oh, look at me as my shoulders. I'm sitting up tall. And now, how about this? Out, in, out, in, out. Try to keep your heels together. And now what about taking from here, just toes, just hold. Keep those toes towards each other. Legs are coming out from right from the hip point. For 3, for 2, for 1. And slowly release, shake it out a little bit. Windshield wiper. So both go to side. I saw you, Mark, I like that move. Ankle mobility is everything. And hold. All right, bring those knees in. Bring yourself around. We're gonna get up to standing position with first starting in a tabletop position. So you're gonna bring your hands directly under your shoulders. You're gonna claw through the fingertips. Knees are right underneath the hips. Right now, we're gonna tuck our toes under. So we're just staying right here, long flat back, eye gaze is towards the floor. Now we're gonna keep those toes tucked under. We're gonna slowly allow ourselves to come into a cat-cow for a round of 3. So take an inhale in. And on the exhale, we're gonna round that back up. At your own pace, your own time, your own breath. And on the exhale, please tuck those toes under for sure. Bring those knees slightly off and we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, hold this hover, 7, you're like in a bear crawl, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly walk your heels towards the back of the room. Walk your hands out nice and wide. Upper arm rotates out, pushing through. Letting ourselves, our chest lower towards the ground. Open the heart to mat. And start to walk through in a downward dog position. Let's find some stillness in this downward dog. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take an inhale in. Big exhale. And hold. Heels do not have to make it to the ground all the way to the mat. You'll get there in time. Now slowly walk out to a plank position, so long flat back. We're gonna hold. We're gonna bring in your right knee to your right elbow for 1, for 2, and 3. And then your left for 1, for 2, for 3. Now back into that downward dog. Please safely get there. Walk those legs out. This time when we drop to the plank, we're gonna come in, can go through a vinyasa if you want. So we're gonna come into a plank position, drop the knees to the mat or keep them up, elbows face the back, right on the body. You're gonna slowly let yourself lower down, lift yourself up to a little bit of a baby cobra, and or you can go all the way up into upward dog if that's where you are right now. But if you're not warmed up, I would suggest letting yourself get there. Lift yourself up. Take a look around if you want for a little bit. Tuck in the toes, come back up to plank and slowly walk back into a downward dog. Now let's create a way to get up. You can either crisscross your feet, slowly jump up, walk up, however you want to get. I'm going to crisscross my feet to walk myself up to the top of the mat. When I get there, my feet are going to be close together or right at the ankle. It's going to be right under my hips, ankles, and toes. Otherwise, keep your toes together. Take a nice inhale in, fall to the floor for a forward fold. We're going to inhale in, halfway lift, and exhale down. Just like this for 3 times. Inhale in. You can come into like the number 7, long flat back. Either your hands can go on your thighs, your shins, and or into airplane arms. And exhale. Slight bend in the knee or a huge bend in the knee. One more time, inhale in, halfway lift. And exhale down. This time, we're going to slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. All the way up. Come all the way up, hands above the heart, and slowly lower back down. Bringing your hands towards the mat, walk yourself back into a plank position. This time though, bring your right foot up towards me. So your right foot up towards me, bend that back knee into a low lunge. So one knee is here, one knee is towards the ground, toes are tucked under and or they are up. It's up to you, whatever feels like you're getting your best stretch for you. Hands can come towards the ground and or create a little lift in the center and lift yourself up here. We're gonna create some length through this hip flexor, okay? So please Center yourself, lift yourself to the center. Slowly shift the weight back towards and lift the heel up into a runner stretch. So we have a nice hamstring stretch in this leg. When we come back through, we are going to walk ourselves to the front. We're going to open our heart to the sky, but this time, instead of coming all the way up with this twist, we're not going to go all the way up the hand. We're just going to take our hand towards the bottom and toward our shoulder. We're going to look over our shoulder towards the back of the room. For a little spinal twist. Now we're going to take this hand, I'm going to scoop it through along the back of the ear all the way to the front of the room. Inhale in, bend that elbow, create some space. If you want, you can come all the way with the hand, all the way up. Otherwise, you can come back towards here. Inhale in, face the front. And on the exhale, go towards the back, lifting this heel up into that runner stretch again. The final piece, come back towards the front, lift that back knee off the ground if possible. Now we're gonna go for, yes, are you ready? Instead of external, we're going for internal twist. So you're gonna take and open yourself up towards the back this way. If all you can do is just kind of lift your hand towards your hip, that's fine. Otherwise, you can also take it all the way up, that's up to you. You can also leave that knee on the ground, lifting the arm towards the sky. And it's gonna be a little bit of a harder rotation, yes? You should feel this a little bit differently. Please do not push it. And slowly come back to center. One more time, we shift the weight back. Come back into this hamstring stretch, bringing the nose towards the knee and hold. Now, step yourself forward. Both hands are firmly planted on the ground. We're going to take ourselves back into that plank position. We're going to go into those mountain climbers again for 3 on each side. We're going to start with your right side. So for 3, 2, 1. Now the other side for 3. Bring the knee to elbow, pointing the toe, and 1. This time, drop the knees. Go through a flow if you'd like. Drop yourself to the ground. Lift up. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes back into downward dog. Walk it out for a few while you're there. Back into the plank position, but this time your left foot is going to come towards the front. We're going to come into, yep, you got it, that low lunge. Hand on each side, or all the way down the ground. But if you can, create a little bit of energy through the center of the body, come towards the center, balance yourself. It might be easier on one side. And when you're ready, you're gonna slowly tip back and trust my voice, come towards with your knee, yep, nose to knee, and come towards the ground. Just looking towards the ground. Think about yourself centered, hips are square towards the front. Slowly walk yourself back into that lunge. Again, please stay centered if you can, all the way up. One more time, go back, shift the weight back, lift that heel and toes towards the sky, knee towards that nose, try to make them friends when you can. Eventually creating a little bit less space each time. The more flexible you become. Inhale in and come back forward through the front. This time when we come up, we're going to set ourselves up for lifting, knee over ankle, towards that stretch opening. Yep, you got an external rotation out. Hand is on the hip and or towards the back or coming up to the sky. Wherever you feel the most you're going to get out of that stretch, that's up to you. And exhale, we're going to slowly release back into that hamstring stretch. This time on the inhale, come forward, but where are we going to go, guys? You know it. We're going to go into the internal rotation. So we're going to be on the inside. Yes. Okay. So the hand can be flat. You turn towards that wall or hand up in the sky. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. This might even get you sweating a little bit, this kind of rotation. Okay. Challenge yourself. Come towards the center. Tip yourself back a little bit, shift it back. Bring that knee and nose together. Last time, come to the front. Lift that knee up off the ground if possible. And hold. This time we're going to place both hands on the ground. Yes, you're going to take that knee back into the plank position. Come to the knees or stay on the toes. Lower yourself down. Alligator, squeeze the elbows against the body all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Don't let yourself drop. Lift up. Tuck the toes, plank position, and walk back. Downward dog. Wonderful. We're going to walk ourselves up towards, again, the front of the room. Stay here. Please walk your feet apart a little bit. They're going to be a little bit outside of the hips. Keep yourself centered, please, towards the front. If you need to, you can lift yourself up. Head is falling below the heart and it's making you dizzy. Otherwise, we're going to start to come side to side, opening up, lengthening the back, taking a nice big step side to side like figure 8 arms. They're going to slowly work their way all the way to the top. Yes, we've done this before. So stay in this all the way to the top. I'm going to move back so you can see my hands all the way up. And then we're going to come all the way back down. What is the option? The option is to stay up the whole time. So you guys keep moving so I can tip my thing a little bit so you can see me. So your guys' option, right? We're going to come towards the top. Make these arms exaggerated, please. Start to twist the spine just a little bit. Lengthen your body, sink. I'm going to go towards the ground now. We're going to come make it bigger. Make the steps a little bit bigger. Make yourself bend your knees. And then come back towards the top. All the way up. You have 30 seconds of this. The other option is no arms. If that's too much, coming down and up, then you just stay up and you just go side to side. Class is for everybody. You have 15 more seconds, so please go where you can in the next 15 seconds. Don't be afraid to be having a little bit of fun, okay? For 5, 4, 3, and 2, and release into the center. All right. I have no idea what time it is. Let me check the time. Okay. So now, please come into a seated position. One foot out towards the side. Your hips are facing me. Foot tucked in, hands to the side, okay? Please reach your fingertips towards your toes. Lift yourself up and slowly reach towards that toe. We're gonna hold this stretch for 30 seconds, but each time, every 5 seconds, I challenge you to bend that knee if you need a little bit and go a little bit deeper in. Inhale in and exhale. Inhale in and exhale. Wherever you have to be. Watch Tipping yourself forward isn't doing you good, right? So you have to open your heart up. Like a compass, tell yourself where I'm going to go, straight to the north, right? Straight to the north. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Switch those legs. Out. Lift. Reach. And over. You will notice, I'm telling you, I'd be shocked that one side is not more tight or tighter than the other. Adding words. Watch. It wants to get really small. Watch me. Watch me. Lift yourself up like a ballerina. Oh, there goes my earpod. Sometimes how you guys have patience with me week after week. All I have to say is thank you. The attitude of gratitude over here is strong. I'm actually just truly humbled always to be able to be in this space with you. Open yourself up and unravel. Now, please listen up very closely. We're going to do an amazing stretch for your arms, but you have to follow me. I'm going to show you from the back. We have done this before. Watch, please, before we end. You're going to take your hands basically, and you're going to make them interlock in the back, okay? You are going to take to the center, and then you're going to walk yourself to this side or walk yourself to this side and hold, okay? We've done this before, yes? Thumbs up or no? If you have been here before. Do you remember this? Okay, so the arm goes down the center first. So I'm going to sit towards the side. So the arm goes down, interlocks in the back. Shoulders, watch, are back and down. You lift your palms to the middle of your back, opening your elbows towards the side. And now take and walk yourself just the fist to one side. So I did nothing more than slide from the middle of my back, this side. Now, the arm, I'm going to kind of move my way towards the front. You guys stay seated. So now my hands are over here, right? This arm is getting stretched to shoulder. So I want you to make sure that shoulder is back and down. Your eye gaze is out, long, zipped up spine. And take a deep breath. Please do not pull, do not create any pressure. This is for opening up of the chest and that nice shoulder stretch. Five more seconds here. We're going to slowly let that go. Release the bind. Let it go. Okay. Take it to the side. Take the hands again towards the back. This time, can you put the other thumb on top? I know that sounds funny, but try to think about it. Lift that then back into the middle of your back. So I bind in the back on the ground. Other thumb is on top, and then I lift it to the center, right? And now this time I'm gonna walk it to the front, which is the other arm then is down. I'm gonna rotate that shoulder towards the back of my room. So my hands are over here, just nice and lightly clasped, a little bit of a bind. And this shoulder, I wanna make sure I'm sitting tall. There's no pulling, no pushing, no pressing, just nice and relaxed. For 3, 2, and slowly let that go. All right, come to the side. Please take the nose is facing front. Ear towards the shoulder. Hand is out, thumb is up. Barely grab a hold, just lightly let your hand literally rest on the top of your head. Inhale in. Take the thumb that's facing up and start to bring it towards the back of the room and hold. That's level 2 or 3. You can always leave this just down. For 3, 2, slowly you would release the bind, relax, and rest the hand down. Go towards the other side. Lift the arm up, thumb towards the sky. Gently set your hand on top of the head, very gently. Take slowly that thumb towards the back of the room. Close the eyes if you need to. Option would be to just let that arm stay on the ground. To 3, 2, slowly release. I want us to please make our knees, walk ourselves one side to the other. We're gonna walk back into a child's pose. Walk yourself back on your knees. Knees as wide as a mat, toes together. Hips go back and down. We're gonna slowly walk our arms out. Let that forehead rest onto the ground, please. We take our hands together. Walk the elbows in, lift them off if you can for an amazing upper back stretch. Walk those elbows towards the front so the triceps and biceps are right by the ears and head. Let your heart fall to the mat. Take your hands down, walk them out, back into normal child's pose. Relax your fingertips, relax your hips back. Allow yourself to melt into your mat. Set an intention of why you start this stuff and why you continue to show up week after week after week. For me today, my intention is kindness to myself. Take a nice inhale in, walk yourself up, knees come together. We sit back if you can. If not, you can bring your knees to one side. Walk yourself around, have a seat. Nice deep breath in, all the way up. Lengthen as long as you can through the top of your body. Shoulders are back and down. Make yourself as tall as you can. Wiggle your fingers. And release. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend. I will see you next Monday. Thank you so much. Let me know, you guys, if you want to chat, send me something. If there's something tight or something you want to work on, I will look into new stretches through the weekend. So if there's anything from anything, really, just please let me know if there's any place you guys want to work on specifically. Just put it in the chat to me publicly or privately. I'll take either constructive, any kind of feedback. So anything that you guys want to work on specific, please let me know. Just type it out in that little chat button on the bottom and I will look into. Otherwise, I'll take you guys off of mute and you can talk to me too. Great job today, you guys. Great job. Thank you.
Hey, have a good weekend.
That goes by so fast.
Nice weekend.
Yeah, have a nice weekend.
You guys too. I look forward to it every week. You know that. So thanks for coming.
So do we.
Yes,
Oh, well, good. Well, good. Well, if you think of anything, like I said, let me know either Monday, okay, or Wednesday, all right? I can do it. I'll look some stuff up too.
Very good.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.